I have the ongoing job and responsibility to evaluate the best water ionizers available each year. Only you can decide the best water ionizer for you, but these comparisons should help you. I've listed the water ionizer brands in order of what I think are best and give you my reasons. But all of the water ionizers listed are in the overall category of best, and the customer reviews prove that they are loved. Alka water ionizers. Alka H2 makes 9 plate, 7 plate, and 5 plate water ionizers to suit your budget. They are all great selections. They not only produce water that is the best alkaline drinking water, but their proprietary ultra water filters will remove 99.99% of all contaminants. These are the best water filters in the world. Alka also makes the only under-sink water ionizers I recommend because the Alka machines never leak. The internal construction is super strong, plus the valves are made of ceramic instead of metal, which won't scale up like metal valves. Another reason I think Alka is best is the strength of their water cells. A water cell is the heart of a water ionizer. Machines that end up leaking over time often do so through the water cell. Not with Alka water ionizers. This is why Alka water ionizers are the only ones I recommend to be directly plumbed to water pressure. Depending on your water source, the 9-plate Alka Vesta H2 is usually what I advise, but all the Alka water ionizers are superior among their competitors. The softer your water, typically the more plates and strength you will need for ionization. This is because tests show minerals in the water assist in the ionization process. In addition to all of the above, but very high in importance, Alka water ionizers are constructed with expert technology. The alkaline drinking water produced has the highest levels of H2 compared with most other machines. Also, super important, the ionization chamber inside Alka water machines continuously cleans, so an Alka water ionizer will perform like new forever. You never have to wait for alkaline ionized water either. It's a superior design that most manufacturers, with their less than perfect engineers, have never quite caught on to. This one feature saves you time, saves you filter life, and increases the life and function of the water ionizer. The Alka H2 water ionizers test better than the Enagic K8 and the other competition. Ionia, huge water ionizer manufacturer in Korea. Many brands of water ionizers are made at the Ionia factory. This is the oldest water ionizer manufacturer in South Korea. Here are some of them: Jupiter, Nexus, Smart, and Emco. Ionia manufactures the Super S12 water ionizer under its own brand name. The Super S12 was made in response to the pandemic. It gets levels of H2 similar to the Alka H2 ionizers. It also has 2 water cells rather than just 1, which combined hold 12 plates total. It is excellent for strength, efficiency, power, and versatility in getting any kind of water you want. The water cell is not as strong as the H2 water ionizers, but it's close. You can't install Ionia water ionizers under the sink, but you can get a decade of life or more from these machines if you hook them up to your sink with a diverter or use an external shutoff valve to relieve the water pressure on the line periodically, especially at night and when you're away for long periods. The Super S12 has a saline port and the ability to make super strong, hospital strength, very low acidic sanitizing water. The Super S12 is similar to the Enagic SD501 or Enagic K8, except it's far better. You don't have to buy a special solution to put in the port. The strong ionization function is better than any of the Enagic machines. It also disengages the filter during the strong ionization process so as not to waste the filter life. The filtration in the Super S12 is so advanced, the only better filters on the planet would be the Alka Ultra Water filters. The S12 uses a form of continuous cleaning, but also periodically does an extra acid wash. This design makes sure the performance is always perfect. The Super S12 is the largest of the water ionizers I sell. I give the dimensions on the product page, and you should make sure it will fit on your counter before buying. Jupiter water ionizers. Jupiter is about the oldest water ionizer. The Jupiter Classic Athena water ionizer used to be the most innovative of all water ionizers for a very long time. The Classic Athena can use a variety of filters, including Alkaviva's advanced ultra water filters. It also has a form of continuous cleaning that is very effective and gives the machine a very long life expectancy. Smart water ionizers. The smart water ionizer is fairly small but very powerful in producing H2. It probably gets the best level of H2 of any water ionizer on the planet. The Smart 9P can't use ultrawater filters, but the single filter options are good ones. This may save you money if you only want one filter. Smart water ionizers have continuous cleaning, which is a big deal, because that means the water cell will always perform at peak levels. The smart water ionizer uses a diverter at the faucet and should not be installed under the sink. If you hook it up under direct pressure of water, you should install an external shutoff valve to relieve the water pressure during long periods of no use, such as nighttime and when you're away at work. Nexus water ionizers. Nexus is one of Ionia's oldest brands. We also have it priced very low because of our special agreement with the manufacturer. Long ago, the manufacturer, Ionia, wanted me to never sell the Nexus X Blue for less than $1,400. I convinced him to allow me to sell it for lower because I wanted a more affordable machine to sell people who otherwise couldn't afford a good water ionizer. He allowed it, and ever since I have kept the price that low for this very reason. The X Blue has most of the features of the much more expensive water ionizers. It has only one filter and uses a decent style of acidic wash self-cleaning. This is not as advanced as continuous cleaning. The X Blue also gets pretty good ORP, which is your antioxidants, although not nearly as good as the water ionizers listed above. The X Blue water ionizer uses a diverter at the faucet. It's not wise to install it under the sink or hook it up directly to the water pressure for long periods of no use. If you do this, it may develop a leak over time. Alka Medi. The Alka Medi water ionizer performance is about equal to the Nexus X Blue water ionizer. The water cell is constructed with the best medical grade materials. This means the platinum used is medical grade, a very important feature. The Alka Medi 3000S sits next to the sink in a slightly different direction than most water ionizers. This brings the knob and spout closer to the front for ease of use and less counter space used. It's quite a cute little water ionizer, and it's very effective. The most expensive water ionizers on the planet are the Enagic K8 and SD501. The K8 is newer, but not much of an upgrade from the SD501. The only difference, other than color, is the fact it has one extra electrode. The K8 doesn't perform very much better than the SD501. Its performance is lower than the Alka and Ionia water ionizers. Enagic filters are basic carbon filters. They remove sediment and heavy metals, but not all chemicals and toxins. Enagic uses a saline solution port to make a stronger acidic water for cleaning purposes. It is a unique and handy feature. The machine gets a very low acidic water. A danger with using saline is that it can corrode the ionizer's plates. I explain more about this on my water ionizer comparisons page. The only water ionizer I sell that has a saline port like this is the Ionia Super S12. Though expensive, the Enagic water ionizer has a fairly simple design, which is easy and relatively cheap to copy. Simple dipped plates, no flow control knob, no undersink installation or direct plumbing connection possibility, simple reverse polarity water cell cleaning system, requires using a citric acid cleaning filter regularly to maintain the water cell, and if you use the sodium port, you need to manually clean effectively after each use. You have to remember to do this yourself. You're not prompted. It also has a simple carbon filter. The Super S12 that I sell is a far better design than this. Copying the Enagic design. Almost all water ionizer manufacturers have copied the Enagic design in one way or the other. After all, except for the sodium port, it's an easy and inexpensive design to copy. Examples are Tyant and Life in Korea, Chanson in Taiwan, and Baywell and Airwater Life, or Aqua Ionizer Deluxe, in China. Note, forget about the Chinese and Taiwanese brands. They aren't good quality in parts and results or filtration. The Korean brands in this category use good parts. Comparing water ionizers. I suggest you watch this water ionizer comparisons video that I have posted here. It will help you learn about and compare water ionizers. It's a supplement to my water ionizer comparisons page and my water ionizer reviews page, which I suggest you read as well. H2 testing versus ORP testing. H2 testing uses the Truslex H2 meter or drops. ORP testing uses an ORP meter. H2 is related to the pH and ORP of the water, in that when you raise the pH, you will also raise the ORP and the H2 levels. When you raise the ORP per unit of raised pH, it raises the H2 concentration, and there is a formula that you can use, which I've listed here, and that would be the basic principle that the Truslex H2 meter uses in determining the accurate H2 levels of water. The drops themselves are not very accurate.